This is your life as a Dead by Daylight killer. You're an absolute legend around these parts. You load into a game and immediately get a clean snipe and have a survivor at your feet, maybe even 2 survivors if you're just that cracked. Getting recognized by survivors and getting accused of hacking is just your day-to-day as a god tier killer main, with the stats to back it up. Top 140 hunter snipes worldwide. Even as a basic M1 killer, your mind games are insane and survivors can't do anything to you besides hold that dirty W key like their life depends on it, because it does. You have a huge repertoire of killers you play, all of which you can beat the highest of high MMR survivors without even breaking a sweat. Sometimes they'll even dodge your lobbies, just sensing how good you are. Now that you're a god tier teen from watching this video, confirmed by Diraj Nodrog themselves in the comment section, you decided to dodge the long queues and jump ship to the monster queues, which you've heard a near instant. You find a game under a minute and you feel like a god. Why have you been sitting in those 5-minute teen queues this whole time when the monster queues were this readily available? You load into a game playing as the basic bitch WART, expecting to stomp some absolute boosted teens that definitely haven't watched that very helpful and informative Amishu video that you can click right here to watch if you haven't already. So, you expect that they'll run to you and drop dead at your feet to die just like in Dead by Daylight, right? Wrong. You get caught in the open and now you can't move because they all surround you with flamethrowers or some shit and you die. They're all just waiting for you in the most open area and tear through your armor like it's butter with no hesitation to kill you again with a sword. You're patrolling around the map headed towards a scan and somebody just camps a corner and kills you with no counterplay. Then they finish a weapon in your face just to destroy your armor and somebody else jumps out from nowhere to finish you up and you lose the game. It feels like there's nothing you can do, and the teens are just running rampant around the map, teasing and toying with you. You may look like a monster, but you feel like a fucking clown. But if only they had watched this video first, right? Then you might have actually stood a chance against 100-hour teens that have no life, all the perks, and clearly have watched Amishu's video for new teen players. Watch this video to the end to make sure you get all the tips and tricks of winning as a monster in VHS, and actually enjoy your games while you're at it. What do you do as monster? Your goal is to kill the teens. Simple, right? Not when you have some meddling kids to worry about.
And I would have made millions if it hadn't been for you meddling kids.
Because teens can now craft and use weapons to kill you, you're going to want to be playing a lot differently than you would be playing as a killer in DBD. So there's one thing you have to keep in mind. You're not an unstoppable force. You can and will be killed if you aren't careful. One last time, if you haven't already seen my teen video, I highly recommend it. There is some important information that we don't really cover in this video. So let's get into some tips. Number 1. The monster is strong early game. Unlike DBD at the start of the game, the monster has all the pressure. Teens have no weapons and no crafting progress. This means that for the first 40-ish seconds, which is the time it takes to craft most weapons, you can guarantee that teens won't have a weapon and you can play aggressively without getting punished. Use this time to push teens off their crafting stations and get some free hits. Number 2. Patrol crafting stations. Just like in DBD, when you want to defend gens in VHS, you want to be defending those crafting stations. Make sure you're going to crafting stations of the weapon types that are still needed to kill you. You're better off denying the teens a kill weapon than denying them a stun weapon. Number 3. Information is key. Don't push a teen or a group if you don't know what to expect. This means that you shouldn't chase a teen around a corner or into an open space if you don't know what you're running into. It's a good idea to constantly keep a mental track of who has weapons and what weapons they are, and only push when you know the teens aren't going to surprise you and kill you with something that you didn't see coming. Number 4. Use the environment to your advantage. The maps are filled with walls and objects that block line of sight and weapon damage. Whenever you're traversing the map, it's a good idea to hug these walls and objects so you always have an escape if you get caught off guard by a teen with a weapon. All you need to do is just move a little bit to the side to break line of sight and save yourself from some nerd with a flamethrower. Number 5. Play slow. Weapons don't last forever. They have a limited number of charges and you can use this to your advantage. You can bait some of the one-use weapons like the firebomb and holy slingshot, and now the team no longer has a weapon and you're free to push them. In other situations, you might want to peek somebody with a weapon, threatening them, and then they can waste charges trying to keep you back. Remember, you don't have gens flying in the background, so take all the time in the world to guarantee that hit without getting killed. Sometimes if the teens are well equipped and have good positioning, you might just want to drop chase and go for somebody else. Number 6. Use your abilities to help you get hits. Every hit disrupts nearby teens, so as long as you get that hit, you're safe. Each monster has abilities that help them to stop teens using their weapons or to avoid getting killed by them. Most of the time, it is best to use these abilities right before you make an aggressive push so the teens are unable to use their weapons to defend themselves. Number 7. Prioritize stronger weapons. If you have a choice between 2 disruptive teens, one has a cross and the other has an enigma, go for the enigma. The enigma when it's charged is far stronger than the cross, so your priority should be downing and killing the one with the enigma so they lose their weapon. On the contrary, if the teens aren't disrupted and one of them has a weapon with a long activation time, you might want to chase them over those with weapons that have quicker activation times, because these weapons are very difficult, maybe even borderline impossible to use mid-chase. It's almost like chasing somebody without a weapon. Now with the tips out of the way, let's see if we can apply this to our gameplay. Alright, cool. Let's see, immediately I'll transform. I seem to spawn in this area a lot, actually. It's really interesting. They're on that curse, actually. I can hear them. They have a window right next to it, which is a really good escape for them. They might hide, though. No, they kept running. They're also on this holy. And they're on that. I think that was an electric. They're right here. Alright, that's good. That was a curse. Oh, she ran back into me. That was unlucky by her, but helps us out a lot. I'll do a scan, see where they all are. Now it's about this time that they'd have weapons, so I'll quickly shield up. Can we can hit her there. We don't get stunned by if they break our armor, and she lost her weapon. So it's a good idea that we can down her now while she's defenseless. Now there could be other people around, so we better be careful, especially if they're using comms effectively. Alright, cool. We ran back into her. Easy downs. Alright, let's be careful now. We know that the other two will probably have weapons. And we'll probably pick up the Gloria and try to defend her. Yep. So we knew we downed her around the... Was it the curse station or the holy station? I'll scan to see where everyone is. They're all here. He does not have a weapon, which is really good for us. I'm not sure about the other one. Oh my god, if we can land a shot. Alright, there, we got that hit. We'll commit to him. Once again, he doesn't have a weapon. The Gloria might go finish her craft if she had some progress on it. Alright, cool. So about 6 hits, that's pretty good for a good start. Especially because we denied so many weapons. At this point, I was able to get a lot of early game hits because nobody had the weapons yet, and I was able to pressure everybody off of their stations and get a lot of free, easy hits. Hold on, I'll scan. 1, 2. Where's the third? The third one made in this room. I couldn't see them. Alright, well, we know this one is there. Oh, I think they were both grouped up together. So one of them has a weapon, and the other 3 don't. Really good to know. So if we showed up right here, even if she breaks my armor, she loses her weapon and we don't get stunned. The advantage of WART is that you have your armor, so you can push solo weapons, tank the damage, and get the hit. There are 2 weapons, we'd have to play that very differently because they would be able to break my armor and then kill me. Because I only had the one, we can play that a lot more aggressively and just tank the damage from that weapon. Alright, cool. One after the other. Alright, nice, we found her. He's trying to be a little sneaky. We'll scan to see where everyone else is while we're in chase. So we know if they have weapons as well, because we have that mod that allows us to see them in a different aura if they have a weapon. Looks like nobody else had a weapon and she's still here. So that's another down. Yeah, they're still down there crafting. I'm a shield just in case they finish. I don't want to risk it. Seems as if they're hiding. I didn't hear them run away. We'll scan to see if they are still around. They could be in this locker. Yeah, they're in this corner. In this locker. Which I didn't even realize it was a locker, so luckily I scanned and saw them. And it's another down. Oh, she bled out. Okay, that's cool. That's good for us. Unfortunate for them, but it's a benefit to us. Alright, there they are. They're injured. That's right, they have a weapon, so I'll shoot up. We got a little close first, I don't know where they are. They're still around, they could have gone any which way. Oh, they're above me by the looks of it. My armor runs out here. Yeah, they have a cross. Let's be careful here. You get the cover, that's fine. Yeah, trying to get a bit closer. He was trying to get a bit closer to us there while we hit around the corner, but that was, we could just pop back out and hit him. There's a bit of a blunder. Oh, does he get me here? No. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure where he was. We just showed up here. He can't do anything, and we can down him. Although Leo caught me off guard in this engagement, I was able to hide behind the environment, shield up, and then push him and get the free down. No, they're both a little far away. I think they're healing actually, which might not be ideal because they don't have any weapons. They did pick him up, but I think I know that they'll be around this area. So rather than go for the rift, I might go for the pickup. Here we go. Not quite. Somebody else is here. I might just switch targets. I'm blind. Or maybe not. They don't have weapons though, so collecting the rift really won't do much, considering I just hit them and the rift is gone. I guess maybe they're unsure of how the rift works. But that was a big blunder on them. Thinking they capture the rift would. I think it like slows me for a second, but that's not enough to deter me. He's dead. All right, we have scan in a second. We can go for the glory. He's the last one alive, and is actually nearby and weaponless. So once again, they should have prioritized getting weapons, because otherwise I can just play it silly aggressive and win the game with no problem. GG's. Cool, we're playing as the werewolf this game. We'll see how we go. We kind of want to, right now we're just going to kind of patrol and listen out for the crafting station noises. Yeah, they're on this one here. I'll use my berserk to catch up to her. This is early game, so we can play really aggressively and kind of just push them. So he's on this electric one too, which we'll detour to them, because that's two people that we've disrupted from being able to use weapons. I'll save my berserk because I'll hit her once first, and then the cooldown will be shorter. I think she went up the stairs. Yeah, I hear her. Alright, cool. That's one down. That's 3 hits early game. I'm really happy with that. I'm gonna run up here and use my heartbeat. I'm trying to listen out for anybody nearby. They're failing on that cross. I'll use my berserk and I'll push there. It's 15 seconds. By the time we get there, we'll be getting it back shortly. Do we get out of that? Yeah. Well played. We can howl here. If we get out of it, we howl. Okay, cool. And we have a berserk, so we can push this person with the cross. That was a really good play by them, but very unlucky that I could get out of them. I think they just missed the slingshot shots. This was a big blunder for me. I ran straight into these two teens with no knowledge of what they had or where they were. Luckily, the teens made some mistakes and I was able to get out and howl without getting killed. She's gonna keep doing this. We just keep our distance though. They can't use our berserk because we just howled. But we catch up to her anyways because she cut back into us. And slow down, and they lose that weapon. Awesome, that's good for us. Alright, let's patrol. The other 3 I'm gonna assume will have weapons. One of them still has the holy slingshot from earlier, so we have to be careful with that one. Because if they hit us directly on with that, then we die. Alright, they picked her up in this room. And that girl has an enigma. So we're going straight for her, so she cannot charge it up. Okay, I'm not sure if we hit the girl with the enigma or the girl with the slingshot. Alright, we can howl there and then we can berserk in a second. You might have gone downstairs. She's right there. I can't howl just yet. I'm gonna try this aggressively. Oh, okay, we got away with that one. That's very lucky. It was the enigma that we did hit earlier. And I think she's right there. Okay, that's perfect. I could kind of guess that she was sticking around the area because she had to charge up the enigma in my terror radius. We can howl and then push her and then move down her and she'll lose that weapon too. That gives us puts us in a much better position. Because now they've lost 2 more weapons. Listen out for if the Faith of the Glory are crafting. Yeah, right here. Alright, that's a good injure. Once again, we have 2 people downed and 2 people injured. So we can play this one quite aggressively. Especially knowing, oh, maybe we can't. I made a big mistake here, which cost me a stigma. Unfortunately, I was lacking information and I made an assumption that was wrong and I was caught off guard in the open and died. Yeah, I think because we assumed that the Glory doesn't have a weapon and the 2 of them were downed, we'd be safe, but the Faith had plenty of time to get a weapon and defend the Gloria. That was really well played by them. Alright, they got the Jessup, which is right down here. And the Gloria's in here. Alright, the Gloria's down again. Sorry, Gloria. Alright, cool, we found her as well. She's dead now, that's great. Alright, we can do a scan here. They're into the direction of the other down, because then we'll be able to hear them when they try to pick her up. Knowing that 2 of them won't have weapons. The Faith may have one, but I think... we won't go for the Glory again, she just got picked up. Unless she runs right into us. Alright, that was a bit of a poker, so that's okay. That was close. Done the fire one. And they have not finished it by the looks of it. Which way? She came down this way, did she? I stayed in the area. Maybe she's in a different way. And a Berserk. Alright, they got a res up. Just gonna keep patrolling. Yeah, here's somebody here. It's the Gloria again. And she's dead. Alright, that's a guaranteed death. Now they can't res her up. We have 3, 4, and 3 hits, so they're still quite healthy. For the most part. Done this cross. The crosses aren't even used, so it seems as if they're getting a stun weapon. But I can't find anybody else, so I may as well commit to this stun weapon crafter. Crafting? Are they? Yeah, they're right here. Alright. And she's dead. Cool. I didn't need my heartbeat for that one, but I wasn't sure where she was until I saw the static footprints. Or we can go for the rift. Actually, that's way convenient. Let's go. Oh, we'll collect the rift. They're on the electric again. And this is the... They're full health, but they are the zombie. She better catch her here as well. We'll commit to her. The rift is gone now because we've hit somebody. And... Faith could have a weapon by now. I think we've interrupted her a fair bit, so she might not quite have finished. Alright, and she's dead as well. That's great. Yeah, it's just the Faith. I'll slow down crafting and healing speeds. I don't think it'll do too much because there's only one person left, but makes their life a little bit harder. Once again, we'll run around hunting. We hear the heartbeat. They're down these stairs. And we found them. GG's. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this content or you found something useful. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to see more of this content. And I stream live on Twitch. You can find the links everywhere. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this and I'll see you next time.